Hi, I'm Lokesh Jha, and let's get started with the web dev series. So the next topic is Node.js Part 2, connecting React to Express, fetch, CORS, environment variables, full get and post round trip. Why it is round trip? So that will be answered in the recap. Fetch is the way how in the React app we will be calling the backend by like backend or any API call. We use fetch. And here we have CORS and what are environment variables. So for the recap, we have CRUD APIs. This is for creation. This is read. This is update. This is delete. We have seen these. We have tested in Postman, and we have called the APIs in React app. These two we have done in the Node series, and this was done in the React series. If you want to like revisit these videos in the same playlist, I will add the link also in the description. In the same playlist, you will have all these videos, so you can just visit those and come back. Now we have two apps. One is for the front end, another is for backend. So here in the front end, at last video, we have built this DevRel in the fifth video. I think that was the last. So we have this DevRel application where we have called the GitHub API in order to get the users, like the developers information. That was on localhost 5173. And now in the previous video, or before that also, we have built HTTP server. Then after that, we built the CORS API. So this CORS was giving and doing the CRUD operation in the CORS API. We have used the Postman and all. So that was running on 3000. So if you see, the localhost is common, that because we are running the application on our laptop, so that's why it's localhost. Then we have, after colon, we have the port number. This is port. So for an analogy, if you want an example, then we will see it's kind of two buildings on the same street. There is a street, and here we have first building, here we have second building. As this street is our laptop, and on our laptop only we have run two services. One is front end and another is back end, and it needs to expose, like I will know now that okay, this is on like 5173 port. Then the backend will know that okay, I need to have like coming a that one API call is coming from the backend. Even now, from the front end. Even now, if we skip that, okay, that is not necessary. But front end needs to find the backend. Now, let's suppose you build a backend for your Uber app, and the front end you have here. So that needs to find where I need to call. If you have localhost, then still you need to have the port. So it is a kind of address to reach the backend. Okay. So now this is 3000 for the backend. So it is different origin. Since they are on the same localhost, they run on the same localhost, but the port is different. If the port is different, actually the origin is defined from the protocol plus domain plus port. So this is the origin of that service. This CORS error means cross origin resource sharing. Why it is cross origin? Because we are doing some cross connections from one place to another place. We are going to another place. Now, this is a flat, let's suppose, and we have a bouncer here. And this is a flat, and we have a kind of bouncer here. So if you are going there, okay, bouncer are not in flat. So let's suppose it is a club. So here, from this club, you want to go to that club, but the bouncer needs to see that okay, you have ID or not, and you are not allowed or allowed. So this is protecting this resource, that you should not be like just bombarding there and all. So that becomes a CORS problem. When you have a resource, we have a service, and you try to make a API call to a other service which is on other port or other domain. So that will give a CORS error. When you will see, you just directly build a front end, you will directly build a back end, and you start doing the API calls. So that will not succeed. That will come as, if you come here, if you go here and do the inspect, here in the network tabs, yeah, here, Here you will see if you do any API call, you will get a CORS error here. So that we are trying to, we will see that also, that how that comes and how you will solve that. And one more thing, like CORS doesn't comes in Postman. Why? Because this CORS is built to like protect when, so the CORS is a browser security mechanism. It's not like anywhere applicable. It is a browser security mechanism that blocks JavaScript from reading response from a different origin unless that origin explicitly allows it via response header. So what happens? This is front end. It is making API call to backend. Now this is on 3000 and it is on 5173. This will make a API call to here. It needs to allow, okay, I am allowing 5173 to make API call to me. Then it will give a response. Then the browser will check that where it is coming from. It will check the header. And if that is there, the ports are allowed, then it will consume, it will allow. So, yeah, and that doesn't happen in Postman. So it allows everything. So because it is a like backend testing app, so that's why we do not have like origin as Chrome or Firefox in the Postman. You can put it there, but yeah, it normally doesn't have that. So now we will see how to fix CORS with the CORS package. So let's dive into the code. We have this part 3 with the application. So let's make a part 4. Part 4. Here we will have a duplicate copy of this. Paste. We have it. And from here we will copy the latest product from the React and we will paste that also. Now let's close this and close this. Now we have part 4, which have diff finder and quotes API CRUD. Okay. So now we will go into this quotes. So let's first start. Let's see what happens. Okay, before that, we can discuss about environment variables that we saw at the starting. This environment variables. So when you have some secrets, so what you do, you code and then you push on GitHub where we keep all the code. So if this is public or private, so that's not a issue. Like yeah, if you are a big company, you do not keep your codes public, right? It's private. But the secrets. So what are secrets? When we log in, that time we generate a token that is encrypted with something, some key. So that should not go public. Otherwise, anybody can make a login key and they can just log in or something, break things. Or you have like some services like AWS for the storage of file or anything, like each service when you go, or the latest example is AI. Let's suppose you are using Open AI and the key is there. So you should not commit this in your GitHub code. So those things are kept in secrets, which is named as .env. You can also write .env.production or dot something you can do. So just let's see how it is written. I just came here in the diff finder, created a file .env. So this is the environment file, and I will again create one .env dot example. And in the git ignore, I will go and write .env save. So here I've mentioned this .env to the git, that when we will be going here, so it should not show .git. If we remove this, then we will see .git also. But if we push that in the GitHub or GitLab anywhere, So our keys will be compromised. Anyone can steal, and then it could be like used by others. So that we do not want. So those things are kept in this .env. So let's suppose we have backend URL, and we can have this as an example we have. So here we can like write it. There is no issue. And here also we have written. Okay, backend. Yeah, now it is correct. So we can do something like, yeah, it is okay to write localhost. So in example file, if we do something like open AI key, so it will be written like this. But in env, if we write, so it will be real key. So that's why what we do, we commit this when other developer or when I will need a reference, I will see this .env example as the demo page, like okay, demo credentials. So I will get the keys name, the key values, not the values. So here we will putting, and this will be not committed. There are other ways to provide it to the server, that how you should be accessing by very secure manner. Okay, now we have .env. Now we will go inside the ports. Now here, like src main.js in the app, and let's suppose we want something as element, or not this one. Here we will put ports and ports. Just trying to have a file. Let's go here and create ports.tsx, sorry, JSX, and we will just get this and replace it by, I'm just utilizing the same code what we have already, so that's why code space, and here we will need constant data equals use fetch. Do we have this? Let's see the card details. Copy this and let's bring the .env, and let's say constant backend URL equals to this, and we need to have this much. Yeah, so the backend URL.codes. Okay, now this we have kind of, and here we want to show loading codes and errors. We have codes. Okay, now we have kind of ready of a page. Now let's see what happens if we do cd. Let's go inside the path. We are in the placement series right now. We will go into the node series. Then inside that part 4, inside that diff finder. Okay, let's wait here and let's split this. This will just pop another here, and then I will go to div finder and npm run dev. Now it is running. Again, I will go inside the backend. What's the name of that backend? Ports API cut. So let's see, ports npm run dev. That is running on 3000. Okay, let's see here only. Now the VS Code has browser also. So if I go ports. It was correct. Ports, yeah. Somehow it is not running. So let's go to the browser and we will refresh. Currently, none of the API call is happening. So let's see what is the error now. There might be something that we missed while copying, I think. We got should have worked. Or we can do backend or just keep quotes URL because there is another app backend also. Here we have also used this. We can't use directly post. We have to use import meta.env. So this was the error that we were facing. Now it is working. Okay. Now we will quotes. Yeah, nice. Now we will go for the network tab and we have this. So we were just calling the backend, and now you see that okay, the quotes are being called, but the this CORS origin error is coming. So the response is 304, not modified, but you see anything in the response? No, but the CORS error is coming. Then how to resolve this? So we will go to the backend. So the backend just npm I CORS. This is a package for CORS. And we will go to the, this is node part 4. Let's go to the backend, server.js, app.use CORS. Constant CORS required CORS. Okay, now let's start this and do a refresh, and we got the response. So this is the CORS. We have currently allowed everything that okay, whatever you have, it could be 4,000 port or 5,000 port. It is allowed. There is no issue right now. It is also kind of bad thing or losing in security that any frontend can call this backend. If we have a whitelisting, this is called whitelisting, that when we put something like only allow HTTP 5173, and if I save this, it restarts. And if I do a refresh, then it gives the response. But if I change it, that okay, no, I will be listening to 77, then yeah, I'm doing the, oh, it did start or what? Yeah. Okay, we need to be defining like this. Here we will put, okay, so this is allow request from the front end. So this is how we have defined specifically that okay, this front end can only call if I do the refresh. Now it is giving 304 in the answer. Now if I do 7 and then I do a refresh, the CORS origin comes. So this is whitelisting. In the production we do for the front end, that okay, only front end would call what front end where it is hosted. So this is how we have added the CORS. So now you learned that we have CORS ISO, and the simple it takes when you start developing, you will see this as a problem that why CORS origin is coming. Then you go to Google, you find out this needs to be done like this and that. So we have covered that. Okay, we can just do npm I CORS. It will be installed. Then in the main file, just import the CORS as we did here. Import the CORS and app.use allow this. Okay, you can also just do CORS empty bracket. It will allow every frontend, means every domain to be calling this backend. And you can just specify, okay, I need these origins to be whitelisted only. So you can do that also. So this was CORS. Now, so this was the way how you call a API to your backend build, whatever you build in the backend, you can use this. And in the same way, how we have seen the post API, a delete API, a get API, you can just make that, and you can just test how these things. You can just make a page, and you add for the add codes. Then you can edit, like delete. So this is your work, how you will do that. Okay.